The bushwalk. We walked without a care out in the fresh blue mountain air, a freedom that we never ever knew. We descended by the Furber, but still it was much further, till the landslide came within our view. Well, we three mates were talkin', and quite unaware of walkin', not looking at the path ahead, but up into the sky. Pretty soon we all were wishin' we'd kept tabs on our position, when something over yonder caught our eye. There was writing on a sign, alluding to the old coal mine. It said the way was dangerous, but though there was no doubt it meant you really should keep out, we reckoned that this surely wasn't us. We knew we really shouldn't, but no one said we couldn't, so we explored the old forgotten track. But after our adventure, like an act of mad dementia, we couldn't seem to find the right way back. We hadn't gone on long till we figured something's wrong. The wretched path had led us far astray. So though we never meant to, the direction that we went to was heading up Mount Solitary Way. Our recklessness had cost us, and our rashness now had lost us, and we only had ourselves to blame. 'Cause if we'd not be in this crap if we were following a map and paid attention to the signs as they came. Even then we didn't stop, we kept going to the top. We figured we might find our bearings there. The view from way up there made us gawk and stare to see the beauty and the terror everywhere. The view from there was fine. We didn't see the warning sign that said, "Danger, watch the edge." 'Twas then our vision splendid most abruptly came and ended, as we went walking off that very ledge. Well, we three mates then fell. 'Twas like going down to hell. We fell and met our fate that sorry day. Then we saw a neon sign, with its origins divine, so we followed it, for now we know the way. A sight for sore eyes. 'Twas just after Christmas, the new year was nigh, when backpackers swarmed the Blue Mountains high. The weather was warm, not at all cold. Now listen to how events did unfold. 'Twas late in the arvo when they all came out, the short and the tall, the slim and the stout. Visions of tourists had danced in our heads, but we never dreamt they'd be wearing no threads. Away to the lookout we flew and we dashed. It's not every day sightseers are flashed. The light on the breasts of those down below gave the lustre of midday to the innocent show. When what to our wondering eyes should appear but the miniature tourists who'd got off their gear. Their prancing and squealing meant they never knew that we were all there admiring the view. To the call of the wild they'd come with no fear, to bathe in the beauty of nature right here. They'd come to be free in our waterfalls, all private and shady with ironstone walls. A photographer happened to be there that day as the foreigners put on their public display, and soon he had sent around the whole globe pictures of tourists who chose to disrobe. Seeing as tourism is our main aim, we'll try to accommodate those without shame. New signs we'll erect, take care and don't slip, and wear plenty of sunscreen when you skinny dip. Threepence. There was no movement at the station, for the train had come and gone, so I waited for the next to come along. And while I sat awaiting and was looking all around, I found a long-lost threepence half buried in the ground. A story true and wondrous is what the threepence told, and the wisdom it had gleaned more valuable than gold. I started out all shiny, minted 1933, excited by the prospect of all that I would see. I aimed to serve my country, although I'm only small. I played my part, I did my bit, I gave to them my all. I've had my taste of puddings, both magical and plain. I've been a bet for a cigarette, and then one back again. I've travelled far in pockets, along with shopping dockets. I've passed through many, many hands. For a load of seed first grade, I'm what the farmer paid, and the profit a washerwoman made. Once I was a bribe, till I was put inside a slot and bought a ticket to a show. I've been begged, borrowed, stolen, lost and found. I've kept company with shillings and with pounds. But to one who hasn't any, not even half a penny, I was the answer to a prayer. I felt my worth decreasing as the years went on and on. I remember being valued back when I first shone. I've played a good sound innings since back at my beginnings. I've done my threepenny bit. Now a shade of melancholy came over the whole speech, and I recognised a lesson, a momentary blessing, had been put within my reach. The coin became redundant, superseded by the cent, and has laid here ever since, embattled, worn, and spent. My secret passion. A few moments of fun is all that I need to tickle my fancy, but where will it lead? I like to indulge, I like to expand, but where will it lead? Will it get out of hand? I do it in daylight, I do it at night. I overindulge, though I know it's not right. I do it alone or in a crowd. I do it in silence, I do it out loud. I do it in gardens and under the trees. I do it when and wherever I please. I do it at home, at work and when shopping. I'm out of control, there's no cure or stopping. I do it on tables, I do it in bed. See where my common compulsion has led. I do it in spring, summer, autumn and winter, with or without my laptop and printer. The One Woman Show. She looks so neat and nice, she's always so well groomed, and quiet as a mouse, or so everyone assumed. This woman was a poet, irreverent and improper. Her friends were all aghast at this, but too polite to stop her. She didn't have an inkling of what was right or wrong. If she'd entered in a talent show, they'd have given her the gong. Her funnies weren't so funny, I'm afraid she looked a fool, but she didn't take the hint and was stubborn as a mule. She couldn't see the audience from where she stood on stage. She couldn't see their faces, so it was difficult to gauge whether they were interested or had they gone to sleep. And because she'd gone stone deaf, she couldn't hear a peep. She couldn't hear her intro, so she always missed her cue. She couldn't hear their heckles, she couldn't hear them boo. I don't want to offend her, so please don't tell her what I said, but the truth is that her talent was concocted in her head. Guru Stew. We're all part of Guru Stew, bits of me and bits of you. Our pot full of resources makes for rich and varied sources, nourishment to eat, the veggies and the meat. Each mouthful is unique with its flavour and mystique. It satisfies and purifies, and here the mystery lies. The recipe is handed on, keep it rich, keep it strong. It is our very womanhood which makes us taste so very good. The long version. Oh, Mum, you're so frustrating, the way you seem to find some piece of information you've been storing in your mind. You often have a tale to tell or an article to show, some obscure connection, a picture or photo. You go off on a tangent of who and why and when. You eventually come back to where you were again. We stare at our dear mother, saying, look where this has led. Only now we're much the wiser, having heard what she has said. Mother's Pearls. We were born 5 different girls. together strung like unique pearls. Sisters, daughters, mothers, wives, each involved in our own lives. Wear and tear the string has frayed, over time our hair has greyed. The thread is now no longer new, yet we know that it will do. Reconnecting makes us stronger, we'll hang on a little longer. Though far apart, we keep it tight. In our way, it feels just right. 5 more daughters, cousins, nieces are threaded with the first 5 pieces, renewing us and making whole body, mind, heart and soul. To each other hold and grasp, Mum's the diamond-studded clasp. She's the mother of the pearls, caring for her precious girls.
If you would like to support this channel, come across to the Black Cocky Press website www.blackcockypress.com.au, where you will find books and other materials to help with your writing.